Hello everyone. I have brought forth a story I named Bonds Thicker Than Blood from a series I hold dear. And though this is my fourth work, this is my first work to make it to YouTube as an audiobook. What you are going to listen to is the Musicless version where only my voice will be reading along with subtitles. To those who are reading along with the subtitles, the four main characters will be color-coded when speaking. Their name and color will appear at the start of each chapter. If you wish to listen along with the music in the background for a more unique experience, there will be a link in the description for a music version. And if you would rather read it at your own pace, you can read the entirety of Bonds Thicker Than Blood at Javier the Great at AO3. Link will also be in the description. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Chapter 5. Isamu, are you out here? Hotaru called out from within the entrance of the tower. She rubs her neck and shoulders as last night's rest was abysmal. Already she is one day into her quest, and the morning has her considering backing down from the king's proposal. I'm just about finished, Isamu answered back, and soon he appeared from out of the corner, near the tower's opening. His body is covered in sweat, and he takes a moment to breathe after each sentence. However, unlike emerging from the staircase to the bunnicorn's lair, he has a joyous smile. Though her worries are a burden at times, she is not alone. She knows her brother would comfort her at the drop of a hat, yet she wishes at times to stand on her own, just as her father has when it came to her grandmother. Are the others waiting on me? He asked. You guessed it, though it is always you who holds up the line. Very funny. You're so sharp-witted, you know. Because just yesterday you were practically crying to go back home. I can't hide anything from him, but maybe that's a good thing. I will give you that, she admitted. But that soup really was good enough to set me straight. I agree. Nothing like a hot meal after a long day. Fadir's voice calls out to them from farther in. We're already here. The two of them walk in together and meet up with the others who are resting quietly in the shopkeeper's room. Thankfully, he left the cots behind as he wasn't here when they all awakened from their deep slumber. He did leave a note, however, where the pot once stood, which reads, Since I treated you all to a meal, how about running up to Roy and getting my book back? Thanks in advance. Alright, so up the tower we go, Isamu announced. You got that magic back in your staff? Fadir gives a thumbs up. We're back in business. Isamu looks at Hotaru. I will let you lead this time. She nods, and as they finish their final preparations, they head up an ancient staircase that lies at the end of the hall. Up the first floor, and what awaits them are winding paths, like a maze of blue ancient tile, covering the whole floor. They reach an old balcony where no walls or barriers protect them from the fall below, a sign of this tower's history. The cold wind is harsh as it blows, but the sight is magnificent with the landscape of the island in full view, the blue clear lake, the green grass, and with several more floors to go, the view is bound to be endless, like the goddess looking down from above. Pressing onward towards the higher floors, they lay sight on the brown mountains on the eastern side of the island, though farther out is an endless ocean where the main land awaits them. As they stare upon the beautiful land, admiring its wonder, Fadir whimpers out something from his lips. How much higher is this? They turn to look at him, and along with his pale face, he crawls onto the ground, gripping the old stone floor with immense strength. Aziza runs to him, lending her shoulder. Are you all right? He lifts up with her and holds her tightly, like a baby to its mother. Yeah, he barely answered as he runs out of breath. I just didn't realize how high we were. The others walk over to him. I never knew you were scared of heights, Hotaru commented. I guess that's why you never would hang out with us on my roof to go stargazing. Let's just say me and roofs have a bad history. We should be close, Aziza comforted him, unfazed by his tight grip. Hang on to me, and we will be fine. Thank you. Isamu and Hotaru lead the way, with the other two following closely behind. So what happened about the roof incident? Isamu bluntly asked. Hotaru lifts her hand. It's rude to ask such things. No, it's all right, Fadir interjected, thankfully saving Isamu from another injury. It happened around 5 years ago, when I was cleaning the roof of the chapel one night. The ladder I used to get up fell to the ground, and I was stuck up there all night until the morning when the priest arrived," Hotaru shouts, gritting her teeth, her blood pumping. "That's outrageous. How could anyone allow a child to do that? If we find him, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind." "Please don't. It was my decision to go up there without anyone. I just wanted to give back to the church that took me in." "Makes sense," Isamu said. "You always are cleaning the chapel back home, plus no doubt the one in Reeve as well." "Is it obvious?" Fidir chuckled. Loud snoring interferes with their conversation as they approach another staircase. Unlike the others, this one has a red carpet that lazily reaches the bottom, as it doesn't cover the entire stairs. They cautiously step up to the top. Each step the snoring increases in volume. At the top is a small room like before. However, it's filled with old stone bookcases and a modern proper bed. In the center is a wide decorated table with a lit scented candle of spring, and at the end of it is an old man in a blue robe, sleeping soundly. "Is that him?" Hotaru whispered. The old man shoots up from his seat. "What? Who's there?" He flicks his head around like a small bird and spots the group. "Who are you kids?" We were told a wise man lived atop this tower, and we need guidance on our journey." "I see." He hastily dusts off breadcrumbs from his robe, revealing stains of ancient time to where the smell it once carried has died. "Please step forward. You see, many people refer to me as a legend, but I am a simple dreamer." "So it's called Dreamer's Tower because you're always asleep in here?" Hotaru asks, with Isamu rolling his eyes. He laughs. "That's a funny way to look at it. But don't be fooled. I know why you're here." He lifts from his chair and steps over to his bookcase, searching for something. "I understand you wish to leave this island and start your journey towards the hero's path. I can get you started, but I don't have all the necessary means of getting you there." He finally grabs onto something before returning to his worn chair with a ripped cushion. Onto the table he sets down a key and a white feather. "A magic portal lies to the east mountains of the island, which will transport you to Romaria. However, that path has been sealed by stone during Baramos' invasion. The key will open the door to the portal, and the feather has only enough magic to fly you to the man who has the power to remove said stone." "How do you know all this?" Hotaru questions as she scans the old key and feather. "A dreamer like me can see things unknown to others, like the dream of your infiltration through evil and darkness. Or I should rather say, vision." Hotaru flinches back. "You know about that dream?" "What is he talking about?" Isamu shouted. "The dream I had, where I stormed a castle." "You had it again?" Everyone looks at each other as chills enter their body. This reoccurring dream had first started on the day her father left Alihan several years ago. Its presence reappeared as the years went by. The four of them discussed its meaning, and once the king got word, he proposed the idea of Hotaru's journey once of age. He could have known of it to be a vision. "What do you mean by vision?" she managed to say. "It's simply a reality upon thousands that could exist. That one being where you fail to stop him. They freeze like statues, unable to breathe to the shock. A dream where they easily claim victory over all that stood in their path. Then we will change it," Isamu said, taking the charge and standing stoic. "Grandma always said to never let demoralizing words dissuade you from your goals. We will end Baramos. You remind me of a young warrior back in the day with the same fire in his heart, and that is why I wish to aid you, just as I did him." "Dad was here?" "Now take hold of your destinies and save the world." With the wave of a hand, a red door magically appears in the wall. It opens on its own, revealing the entirety of the island right before their eyes. The feather glows light blue while guiding Hotaru towards the ledge. "Stay close. Have faith in its magic and it will guide you to the one you seek next." "Oh goddess, help me," Fidir cried, hanging on to Hotaru with all his might. Isamu holds her shoulder, but Aziza is hesitant as she turns back towards him. "I have this consistent nightmare of my parents meeting their end during Baramos' invasion. No one knows what happened to the soldiers who fought against them. Is that a vision too?" Her voice softens as she cradles herself with her cold arms. "Please, All I want to know is if they are still alive. He shakes his head. I'm sorry. I don't hold the answer to your question, for the past has already happened. She takes a deep breath to his answer. I should have expected that. She sniffles and wipes her eyes before grabbing hold of Otaru. She looks to her sniffling friend, but doesn't have the time to think as a mysterious force pushes them. With a faithful leap, screaming as they fall, the feather enwraps them in a blue light, and they take off like a beautiful comet in the night. The old man watches as they fly high in the sky with a warm smile on his face. They disappear into the night, and he walks back over to his seat. Finally, they leave and the magical door disappears. He sits down, getting comfortable as he loudly yawns. His eyes widen as a thought reached him. Oh, goddess. I was supposed to give them that book that guy keeps complaining about. Oh well. He closes his eyes and loudly snores throughout the night.